Yo, what's good, guys? Season 3 just kicked off yesterday. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to play because of how bad the servers have been and some other stuff. But if you haven't, I'm going to show you all the new cards, going to show you what programs you should probably be looking at, and I figure what better way to do that than a tier list. You will probably notice a lot of these cards I have stand-ins for some of their other cards. For some reason, if they have not already been discovered, Showzone doesn't have access to the card for some reason. I don't know why they can't just take the picture and add the stats, but they don't have it until it's discovered. So collection rewards will be on here, but they will be different, like thumbnail pictures. So let's get into it. Have recorded this a couple of times. Missed some players, So a subscription will go a long way. Because this is probably one of the more lengthy videos that I have done, and I've re-recorded it a couple times. But let's get into it. So first card up, we have the collection reward Adley. He is absolutely disgusting. Definitely replaces Joe Mauer as the best catcher in the game. Has arguably as good as a swing of Mauer, and I think he has quirks, and he's a switch hitter. Absolutely great card. Edwin's brother, not good. He is a 3-pitch relief pitcher that may have outlier. Doesn't really matter if he does or doesn't. He only throws 3 pitches. Not going to be rated. Austin Riley collection. You can make the argument for S tier. I'm not going to, but that's more so in relation to other third basemen that we have in the game right now. As for this content drop, he is probably an S tier card. He will definitely sit top of A tier, though. Brandon Drury monthly card looks pretty solid. Honestly, surprised how good this card is. Plays a lot of different positions. It seems like he always gets a monthly. Brian Bello, another card. I was pretty surprised with how decent he was. He's not great. He could argue B tier, but in relation to some of the other starting pitchers that dropped in this drop, I think he's probably A tier. Brent Rooker, really no reason to run this card. His monthly card was better, but you're not going to use a wild card on him, but you're definitely not going to play this one. Really, no point. There's a lot of cards here that just nobody's going to use. Brock Stewart, I believe this is a relief pitcher with 3 pitches. You know how I feel about that. We'll double check. 4-seam, slurve, cut. Oh, no, 5-pitch. He's the 5-pitch one. Okay, yeah, no, he's solid. He's pretty solid. I don't know if he is a top-end reliever in the game. Are there any good relievers in this drop? I don't think so. I think he might have been the best reliever that we got today, so I'll give him S tier for now. Buck O'Neil, not a huge fan. Just not really a meta first baseman. They did bump his power numbers, but a first baseman that has like 90, 100 power, give me Frank Thomas, give me Musial, give me a wild card at Babe Ruth. I want somebody with max power. I don't really care about speed and defense, and that's what Buck O'Neil gives you that others don't. I didn't really like the swing on the first one. So we're going to pick up the pace because there's a lot of cards to get through. Doval, good on legend difficulty. Under that, he's kind of BP. Morton, I was pleasantly surprised by this card. I think he's probably top of B tier. Has a good pitch mix. Looks decent, not great. Walker, don't know why you'd run this card. Has like inverse splits. Don't really like him. Yelich, great swing. Only hits one side of the plate. Just don't really see it with him. Corbin Carroll, this is one of the new Team Affinity collection cards. Looks great. If you like that 99 from earlier in the year, this is just a better version of that card. He looks great. I don't think he's better than Adley. We will organize this top row. I won't worry about too many of the others. Dahl looks decent. Looks like a better Yelich, but really still no reason to run that card. D. Gordon, a lot of people are going to hate on this. I think he's D. In relation to the other second baseman that we got in this drop, he is nowhere close. In relation to other meta second basemen, he is nowhere close. Devin Williams has potential, but this card throws slower than the boss card. He throws his fastball a mile an hour slower, and it's a junk pitcher, right? He's either going to get lit up or he's going to do great. Really no in between. This Herman might be like the worst 99 overall card I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if he's that bad, but he's not good. See, similar to Domingo Herman, 4-pitch pitcher. He probably has better pitches than Herman, but Herman has better through 9. Really, you shouldn't be pitching either one of them, to be honest. Elias Diaz, not a great card. Just underwhelming. If you really want to run him at catcher, you can. But in general, don't really see any point in doing that. Ellie, this may be the best card that we got today. It's debatable between him and Adley, but I think it's probably Ellie. I think a lot of people are going to say it's Ellie. I mean, this card is insane. There's a reason he's 500K. He looks great. Ezequiel Duran looks solid. Might be the best monthly. Nah, these two are better. But he is solid. I was kind of surprised. Gary Sanchez, great budget catcher option that dropped today. Everybody can go get this card. He looks great. He is the MLB The Show catcher every year. Just has a bunch of pop. They gave him pretty decent contact this time. So, really not a bad card. Garrett Cole, don't know why you would run this one when the 99 one came out last season that everybody could have gotten. Just not a good pitch mix. I'd say he's equivalent to Morton. Again, not a starting pitcher you should be pitching. Ha-Sung Kim, I feel like this card's a little slept on, but still not a great card by any means. Not one I would recommend anybody running. Hilton Smith, I mean, this guy just doesn't look good as a pitcher. Doesn't look good as a hitter. I don't know what he does. I don't know how he's a 99. Mediocre hits, low Ks, mediocre walks, decent clutch, not a great pitch mix, no quirks. I mean, I don't see it, and he's not a good hitter either. He's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. This card does nothing for me. Yeah, I think top of B tier is where he belongs, which is crazy for a 99. Hyun Ryu, not great. Probably top of C tier. Throws really slow. Has a decent pitch mix, but just throws slow. Jackie looks pretty good, honestly. Has good power for a Jackie card. A lot of people always love Jackie's swing. Obviously has great speed, great defense. He's right-handed D. Gordon with way more pop. There's no reason you would run D. Gordon over this card. This Jackie actually looks pretty solid. Jake Lamb, had hopes for this card, but just not good. Just not good. Only hits like one side of the plate. Just not a good card. Jake Peavy, cool little legend card. Probably similar to Ryu. Just kind of Jesse Winker, another card. And if it was last year where we had pinch hitters all the time, and you could platoon cards and more people platoon cards more often, this Jesse Winker would be okay. But he doesn't have a spot. The way the game is now with a DH. This Jesus Aguilar is not terrible. I don't know why you would ever want to run him, but if you want to, you can make him work. Same for this Jim Edmonds. Not a bad card, but you can make him work if you want to. Jim Rice is a little worse than both of them. He's a better all-around card. I'd say he's at the very bottom of B tier. Those C tier cards are just awful, so I think B tier is semi-respectful. This Jock, some people would probably argue S tier. I think as far as the bosses go, he's not the best pick in the world. Pretty low contact, max power, decent fielding. I guess. He's fine. I didn't really love the swing on the 97. A lot of people love the 97. The 97 did not play well against me, and he did not play well for me. But if you really do like Jock, he is decent. Maybe as a first baseman. He's basically Munetaka. Yeah, I don't know. Joey Gallo. This card with a captain boost I've seen been very good. I think without it, he's just kind of B tier. Solid defender, kind of fast. Obviously, insane pop. But I believe one of his contact sides is like 90, which is just not going to play on anything higher than Hoff, and it's probably going to be a struggle on Hoff. If you want to argue A, you probably can. With the captain boost, he is easily A. John Donaldson. This card has potential to be crazy. The first pitcher, I think, ever in the show with an outlier slider. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, right? Is that going to be like a DeGrom slider where it's hitting like 95 occasionally? Or is that going to be something entirely new where he's throwing sliders at 96, 97 miles an hour? Um, we'll see. We'll see. If it's like that, he's S. If it's like a DeGrom slider, he's probably like A. Just a solid pitcher. Didn't look at his hitting stats, but a lot of these two-way cards, they just did not do very good on with the hitting stats. Below average, average, way below average, below average. He's an okay fielder, I guess. There's nothing. He's a pitcher. He's a pitcher. All the Negro League cards are pitchers, pretty much. Jonah Heim, this card is just not good. Like, he's worse than his monthly card. I don't know why they did it like that, but if you want to switch it in catcher, a better one dropped today. I'll just leave it like that. Jonathan Schoop looks pretty good, honestly. Like, this card's kind of crazy. Probably one of the better affinity cards. Pretty sure that's where he comes from. Schoop is known for having a absolutely great swing in the show. Basically, similar to Gary, he's like the meta second baseman. I mean, that card's really good. J. Ram. So this is why I didn't put Austin Riley in S tier. At third base, J. Ram's S tier. At second base, he is S tier. We got so many great second basemen this drop. I just don't see any way you can justify running D. Gordon. When you have the choices of Jose Ramirez and Scope and Jackie Robinson, and there's probably a couple other, Brandon Drury, like, there's better second basemen. This Josh Bell's terrible. I know a lot of people probably got excited when they saw Josh Bell got a card. This one's awful. Josh Hader, good lefty specialist, relief pitcher. Would never let him see a righty ever, but against lefties, he's pretty good. Josh Young looks like a solid card. He is probably more usable than these two, so I will give him A tier. Just a well-balanced all-around card that's pretty solid. This guy, not going to try the name. I think he's a relief pitcher, has 3 pitches. They are 3 good pitches, but still 3-pitch relief pitcher. I give him like top of C tier. You can probably make him work if you want to, but I don't know why you would. Josiah Gray has a Joe Random pitch mix, decent through 9s. He's like equivalent to these pitchers. Not very good, but if you want to make him work, I'm sure you can find a way. Juan Soto, probably towards the top end of A tier. Against righties, this card absolutely rakes. His defense is not that bad, to be honest. The only problem is he's not great against lefties, and Randy Johnson's the best pitcher in the game. But other than that, he looks pretty good. Justin Steele, another like Garrett Cole type card. If you want to make it work, you can probably make him work. I just don't know why you would. This Kinley is probably going to be the only card to go in F tier. There's no reason to have this one, right? Everybody has the 99, and if you're saying wait till next season to when the 99 is not eligible anymore, it's not going to matter. I would hope we'd have a better relief pitcher than a 97 Kenley Jansen by next season. Gausman, always a slept-on card, has a good pitch mix, throws kind of hard. I do like Gausman. This Chris Bryant, not very good. Another B-tier card. If you want to make him work, you can make him work. But I wouldn't run him. This Kyle Tucker, probably towards the top of A tier. Basically a copy and paste of the last Kyle Tucker. You could argue S tier. I just don't think he competes with like Corbin Carroll and Peterson, and even J Ram in the outfield. But he's still a solid card. Basically a copy and paste. Larry Doby, not a good card. I got kind of excited when I saw this card. He hasn't had a good card in a while, but he's just kind of mid. Just not great. I think he doesn't hit lefties at all. Liam Hendriks, cards always look good for Liam Hendriks on the surface, but then he has this like Joe Random pitch mix that just gets him lit up. He's fine. He's fine. Arias, this is not his 98. He got a 99 today. It just doesn't have any pop. You can maybe make the argument for top of A tier. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to put him in the top of B tier. Just doesn't have pop. Even on the 99 overall card, he doesn't have pop. Oh, here he is, actually. Okay, Showzone does have this one. Yeah, so you can see 74, 87. Decent fielding, bad speed. We will just replace those two. Good swing. He has a great swing. Has some hitting quirks, I believe, but in general. Here's another second baseman that I would rate way higher than D. Gordon. Marcus Semien. I absolutely love Semien's swing. I'm pretty sure this card has pretty good speed, great defense, 80 speed, 99 fielding, 94 reaction. All you really need to look at second base. Will have phenomenal contacts paralleled up. I mean, let's just look at them paralleled, right? 118, 121, 96, 109 with max clutch, max fielding, max reaction, and 85 speed. I don't know what else you can ask for out of second base. He will be my pick. I think he's better than Jock Peterson for sure. If you're going to make me organize these, this is probably how I would do it. Something like that. Martin the Ego is one of the collection cards, and that card is just not good. Like, honestly, there's no redeeming factor about it. It's a collection reward that is meant for all-star players. He's not a great pitcher, has a decent pitch mix, might have outlier. I didn't really look. I assume he probably does. And he is really fast, and at catcher, you can make an argument that he's really good on all-star. I think he has like 90-90 contact and like 115 power. It's basically the one from earlier in the year with the Captain Boost active, just all the time. If you're on All-Star, he's a great card. Otherwise, he's not. This Matt Olson looks good. He's deficient against lefties contact-wise, but everything else is pretty good. I think Jock's a better first baseman, so that's why he's going to fall into A and Jock is S. But in general, not a bad card. Scherzer, just a worse version of his 99 from earlier in the year. Definitely better than all these pitchers, but still not a great card. Michael Harris, I'll put him in A. He does not have any power, but he does have max contact against both sides, max fielding, max speed, I think, or it's high speed anyway. I think it's like 94 plus, 94. So, I mean, if you're a Braves fan and you max parallel this card, he's one of the better defensive center fielders in the game by far. It's really just the power that hurts him. I'm going to drop him into A. He's just not meta with that power. You want people that when you square up the ball, it's got a good chance of going, and he is not that. Lorenzen, this card's horrendous. It's a shame. He's the Tigers representative this year. A guy with a 4.5 ERA. Not good. Mike Cameron, new legend. Looks really good, honestly. Probably the worst boss, but also not bad. So there is that. Soroka looks solid, has a decent pitch mix. Probably put him with his Braves teammate at the top of B tier. It looks pretty solid. Throws kind of slow, but he has a really good pitch mix. So Trout, don't want to sneak this. I think I want to sneak him in the A tier. Like, that swing will play. Obviously, if you are a legend player, do not be caught dead using this card. The contacts are too low. But in general, like, the fielding's there. He actually has decent reaction. I think he will have better reaction than the 99, but don't quote me. Already comes stock with 99 speed. That probably inflated his overall. But that Trout swing will play. He will play above his attributes. That card's pretty decent. Mitch Haniger is a card that a lot of people usually like. I think he has a good swing. I'm just a little fuzzy on the attributes. 122, 103, 87, 108 with decent fielding and mediocre speed. If you want to make him work, you can. I'd probably say like mid B tier. He's solid. Syndergaard, a card that always looks good but never performs good. I can't definitively say he's worse than all of these other starting pitchers, but he's not great by any means, despite what it looks like. This Arenado card's pretty bad. You can make the Trout argument that his swing will let him play higher to his overall, but they absolutely butchered this Arenado. Even his arm strength is bad. I don't know what they're doing with those cards. Arcia looks all right. Another card. If you want to make him work, you can. Am I going to be running him? No. Konerko is one that shows on just added, so I'm going to have to look. I mean, he's kind of comparable to Matt Olson, to be honest with you. I just don't know why you would run him. I think he's probably top of B. Ranger Suarez should not be running this card. He has an okay pitch mix, but he just throws pretty soft. Yeah, I think I'd like that. Raul Ibanez, interesting card, cool card, just not very good. Reed Detmers, I'm a little biased for. I think he's as good as these other guys for sure. Probably towards the top, probably more in that Justin Steele, Morton, Scherzer type range than, you know, some of these other ones like Josiah Gray and Garrett Cole who just aren't that good. Hoskins usually has pretty good cards. I give him top of B tier. I don't know why you would run him over a lot of these other guys, but you can make him work. Here is one of our stand-in players. This is for the 99 collection, Acuna. Yeah, if you're making me rate him, I think he's probably the second best card that came out today. Absolutely love Acuna every year in the show. So excited he got a Lightning card now. I wish he would have got the first, or I wish he would have got the first Lightning card, but I'll take a 99 collection one. Ryan Ludwig, not a very good card. Got a ranked program reward earlier in the year, but overall not a great card at all. Salvi, I'm not going to rate him that high because we got Gary Sanchez today, but that card's not terrible. Satchel Paige, looks solid. An outlier fastball with a screwball is kind of a tough combination for sure. I don't think he's going to be dominant, but he is solid. Sean Murphy, I mean, relative to other catchers in the game, you could argue S tier, but relative to today's content drop, I say he's pretty equal with Gary Sanchez, to be honest. Adley is definitely better than both of them, without a doubt. 99 McClanahan, probably top of B. He has a little bit of a funky release, but it has 4 pitches, doesn't have an outlier fastball. Just not a great card. I'm going to put Shohei in S just because he's a lightning card. I mean, the pitch mix on this card, if you have not looked at him, the pitch mix is disgusting. Slurve, four seam, cutter, sinker, splitter. Pretty nasty pitch mix. The only problem is this walks through 9. I cannot believe that this is this bad on this card. If it was a little better, you could argue he's a better card. Can't really hit that great against lefties. If you did get grandfathered into the David Wright captain boost, then this card looks great, right? But in general, looks solid. Could be a better pitcher than the other Otani. We'll just have to see how that 74 walks through 9 plays on those higher pitching difficulties like Hall of Fame and Legend. La Stella. No, I'm trolling. Not very good stats. Has a good swing, but the stats aren't really there. It doesn't hit lefties very well. This Torii Hunter is another one that they just added, so I'm going to have to look. Not bad. If you put him in a corner spot, he's not bad. Probably top of B tier. A little bit slow for sure, but if you put him in a corner spot, I think he's pretty solid. I don't know who this is. Showzone keeps glitching out. It was somebody, so if you're missing somebody, just imagine I put him there. Honestly, this Trey's S. Relative, I mean, we didn't really get too many other great shortstops today. This Trey is almost the exact same as the 99 collection one we got, right? Still max contact against lefties, close to max against righties, decent power against left. This is where the fall off is. He has about 15 less power against lefties, but he only has like 10 less power against righties. Still has your max clutch, still has 99 speed, still has decent stealing, and can still get a gold shield at parallel 1. This Trey looks really good, honestly. I'm very surprised. Very underrated card that a lot of people are overlooking. Probably the best affinity card for sure. Troy Glaus. This Troy Glaus is terrible. I traditionally like Troy Glaus cards, but the stats on that one is just so bad. This Jordan's pretty bad. I don't know why you would ever use this one when the 99 one, the Kaiju one, is available. But in general, just mid. And Zach Gallen, definitely the worst boss we got today. Just a absolutely mediocre pitch mix. Four seam, knuckle, cutter, circle, sinker. I mean, it's the default pitch mix that they give every pitcher in the game. He doesn't throw especially hard. His hits are kind of bad. His Ks are kind of average. His walks are exceptional, but I don't know. Maybe he'll surprise me and turn out to be halfway decent, but I don't see him being that much better than the monthly one that we got last month. That was pretty much BP. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the set 3 tier list. You can see we have our S tiers here, we have our A tiers here. B, got a lot of B cards, got a lot of C cards, a lot of useless cards that came out today, and then we have these two who I should never see on anybody's team. But yeah, guys, that is it. Feel free to like and subscribe if this was helpful for you. It did take it took a couple of takes to get it right. But till next time, peace.